Something about you is different. Some kind of energy's messing with all the chemicals in my brain. Feel the temperature rising. That look in your eyes paralyzing. Forever you're never leaving my face. Heart is racing here now. Never wanna wait out. I want you right up to the end. Oh, you know what I'm feeling, even if it doesn't make sense. You don't have to guess. No, you're a mind reader. Something about you is different. Some kind of energy's messing with all the chemicals in my brain. Feel the temperature rising. That look in your eyes paralyzing. Forever you'll never leave in my veins. Heart is racing here now. Never wanna wait out. I want you right up to the end. Oh, you know what I'm feeling, even if it doesn't make sense. You don't have to guess. No, you're a mind reader. Mind reader.
All right, I just had to refresh it. I can't see any comments. Let me know if you. I think I saw cut. What's good, cuts? I think I saw you up in there, but I don't know. I pushed this stupid thing trying to think it'll clear it out. It dropped stupid $10 crap. It's like a link that's blocking the comments. Share your referred link. I don't even know what that is. New updates. I don't know. So I have no clue what that is. Thanks, cuts. So what's up, everybody? Back with another one. Like a thief in the night. Oh, and I never went like this. I never went live this late. Oh yeah, I have. What I'm talking about. Figured I'd go live for a minute. I was supposed to earlier, but I was zoning out. So if anybody's up, shout out to you. Shout out to you, cuts. I know in California it's only what 10. Yeah, it's only 10 o'clock out there, so it's early. Oh, that's what it is. Updated. Yeah, I don't know. I don't like it. Stupid. Get on my nerves. Thing right when they update shit. But of course, the usual. So much stuff going on in your neck of the woods or my neck of the wood. Yeah, 10:50. Wow, crazy how it works. time zone. Ever thought about the time zone? Like, what if it wasn't a time zone and shit? And it's like the same time, you know? It's crazy how that works. You know, that's how you know like the clock is based off the sun. I don't know, it's just weird. I thought about that one day. I'm like, well, how did they figure the clock out? Yeah, I know the sun, all that other stuff. But like time zones, like who created the time zones? You know? Because it's technically, I mean, you know, I ponder that sometimes. Like, you know, they say, okay, it's 1:52 here, but it's 10:50 out there. Why it got to be 10:50? You know, it's crazy. Got us all on a clock. But yeah, a lot of stuff going on. I guess it's supposed to be a lot of protests tomorrow, but it was big hype and then it kind of died down. But yeah, there'll be a lot of protests tomorrow. And oh man, your fellow U.S. citizens. Have you talked to your fellow U.S. citizens lately? I mean, pretty wild stuff. But it's almost better just dealing with the normal people at this point. You know, almost, not quite, but it is. It's almost better just to deal with normal people because normal people got more sense. They don't pay attention to the crap. You know, now all air, this Donald Trump stuff, and anybody can go back in my videos, man. Go look at how far back. Matter of fact, I'll do it. How far back I was telling you guys about the El Salvador president. And lo and behold, it's happening to the T. No numbers needed, no fucking fake fucking uh letter counting and none of that stupid shit, just flat out creator endowed intuition. All right. Wherever it comes from, I don't know. But to the T. I'm gonna go back and find the video, El Salvador president. Yeah, you know what? That might have got me a strike. Let me see though. 4 months ago, no, longer than that. Let's see. 3 months ago. Longer than that. Let's see. But the El Salvador president and Donald Trump, I showed y'all how they were connecting the dots. And here we go, lo and behold, man. Lo and behold. 4 months ago. Let's see. Scrolling through my videos to see where I did the video. I did a couple videos about the El Salvador president. I was talking about 5 months ago, I was talking about Venezuela. There goes the Truther Agent video. Got Timothy Leary on the cover. Shout out to Wise. Let's see where it's at. Damn, it was a long time ago. I'm back 6 months now. Some videos I don't even remember making. Damn. Well, nonetheless, I'm still scrolling back, but I can't find it. But I was telling you guys about those connections with the El Salvador president and how he, you know, basically did, you know, they're going the same way. You know, the people were tired, the crime was out of control. You know, it's just totally destabilized. And then they came in with the iron fist, and now the citizens are happy. But, there's a big but. They rounded up a lot of innocent people. Who they round up? Well, they round up government opposition. Okay, and then you got um, the other side who knows what they did, who are still fighting and then like protesting and stuff, still resisting, right? And they rounding them up as well and putting them into those prisons. I mean, it's pretty crazy, man. It's pretty crazy. Oh my god, it, that's funny as hell. That's funny. That's funny. But when you um I forgot what the hell I was gonna say. The I forgot what I was about to say about the El Salvador president. Oh, the same thing that they're doing here is where they're going. Okay, the border they want to secure. Okay, because they don't want us to leave. That's what it boils down to. They don't want us to leave. They're trying to lock us in. The northern border, all the reports of you go to Canada, they could search your phone, laptop, computer, all kinds of shit, man, or deny you entry. Like what is that? Like that is crazy, man. That is it's. See, there's a reason why I never liked Canada. I never in my life liked Canada. I hated Canada. It's just some place that just there's always I've always been kept away from shit that damages my soul. And one of them is Canada. Sorry if anybody lives in Canada. Sorry, you guys that live in Canada, but that is just not a fucking place for me at all. This is just not. I mean, there's just something about it just already gave me the creeps. It's like Vegas. I never had no desire to ever in my life ever go even drive through to look at the fucking place. Like I drive all the way around this to avoid the goddamn entire state. You know, it's just certain things like I don't know. My energy don't allow me to even get near. You know, one of them was Canada. The other one was fucking uh, Las Vegas, and the other one is California. Sorry, cuts. California would be dope, but they're just some weird ass fucking energy, man. You know, there's only two states I've never been to in my life. One is Maine, and one is Seattle. Been to every other state in this fucking country, passing through, touching it. I've been through every single one of them. You know. No, I mean California looks like looks like just the fucking energy there is just like this looks cool, but it's just like I can't. There's some things I can't get over. Is how they just totally mind warped everybody, you know. But that's how they do it. They bring the weed in, and that bitch gets liberalized. The California was first, then they hit Colorado. I was born in motherfucking Colorado, visited all the time, and man, to watch it change when they legalized weed is unbelievable, man. Well, legalize the government CIA weed. That shit was fucked up. You know, it was fucked up. You know, I mean, it was like gun heaven in Colorado. Now it's like, liberal, just super, just fucking weird ass shit. You know, weird as fuck. I didn't like going there, but Colorado is one beautiful ass fucking place, man. Beautiful. Yeah, and then New York State, of course, they legalized that shit. That shit dump ass, uh, genetically modified 420 weed. Fuck that place up. Anywhere they put that shit at, man, they just destroy it. I don't know, you know. It just makes some docile, weak motherfuckers, man. It just is what it is, you know. But you know, I got the reason why I got Thief in the Night because whatever they do next is gonna be like a thief in the night, man. This time they're gonna catch us off guard. Try to catch us off guard. Some of us will see it, whatever they got planned. But all of a sudden Donnie's back and we got mass shootings everywhere. We got, you know, the V's pushing fees and all this other shit. Soon as Donnie Trump comes back, it's just like, man, how can't people see the obvious? Past 3 days, I've been busy. Like I haven't been able to tune in anything. I've been doing paperwork for 3 days straight. I'm talking like sun up to sun down. Like my eyes are like so tired. But so I ain't really been paying too much to the propaganda. Besides amongst my groups and shit that I'm embedded in, and some people tag me and shit to look at, or I'm still fucking destroying somebody in their beliefs or something. Other than that, I really ain't trying to pay attention to mainstream, anything mainstream. And then when it's time to go relax, shit, I'll turn on YouTube, and I ain't watching my favorite truther channels. That's for sure. I turn on fucking what was I watching? Uh, oh my god, what the hell was I watching? Where did the one guy go? Oh, the motherfucker went to he went to the Indian reservation, not the richest, the Seminole Indian reservation. And ironically, a few days the other day they had some kind of shooting there. But anyways, he did a thing where he went to the Indian reservation. Man, that shit pissed me the fuck off, man. The Seminole tribe is the only. I mean, no, I'm not talking about the tribe. It just pissed me off on how you know this United States of America is structured. But yeah, he did a video, like he did a documentary. He goes around everywhere. It's actually really dope ass channel. Like, so it shows you the real of wherever he goes. And it's really good. But anyways, he's about this, all about the Seminole tribe, how they were never conquered by the army, how they don't have a treaty. They're the only one that doesn't have a treaty with the army or whatever the hell it is. And it's the richest tribe. They got all the casinos in Florida, and it's really, the reservation is crazy. They got fucking mansions and shit and all kind of shit. I was like, damn, I never knew that. I never knew that. And I drive right past the shit. I'm like, wow. But it's just, man, it's fucked up, man. But then it's like, damn, man, like, it's like for like where I come from, like, how hard it is to do anything. Like how they get, that's, and then some of the shit that she was saying, the lady that he was interviewing was saying about the tribe and all that. I don't really think that adds up. I think there's some whitewashing, if you know what I mean, in that tribe. It's just he was saying some old off the wall shit about some slavery. Now every goddamn native motherfucker in this country understands that shit is no. They would never say no stupid shit like that. She was talking about the slaves and they came over here because he asked her, like, some of the Seminoles are black, aren't they? Yeah, yeah, they're black. She kind of like, it was really fucking interesting. I look at a lot. I analyze everything. I just don't watch shit. I analyze. I'm like, oh, this lady is gatekeeping. You know, how you got black Seminoles, but talk about some day, oh, it was from the slave trade and this and that, this, that. When all the tribes and all the nations know that shit was some bullshit. Everybody knows that everybody at a reservation knows about the misclassification. I mean, you cannot not know that shit, you know? So, what's good, Dark? It's good, Dark. Kushite. I agree. And annoyed me too. Um, Damn, what was I talking about that annoyed you? My brain's on overload. Um, um, come on, man. Don't, don't. I know it's late, goddamn, but don't spam up the chat because I can't reach over and scroll it. Come on. But anyways, yeah, the Seminole tribe, man. I don't know, just something about it. It's actually it's cool, interesting. I've been through the Everglades and all that shit. I've been through around the Seminole tribe and stuff. It's actually it's a really dope ass, uh, it's a dope situation if you're able to, if you lucked out and had that bloodline, you're fucking lucky. You know, a lot of us didn't fare out too well. You know, but hey, but yeah, like when he said, yeah, there's you have a lot of black Seminoles, right? Yeah, yeah, we do. We have a lot of black Seminoles. They were, da 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 da. Like, yeah, and they're in um, other parts of Florida, but they're not, And then she explained the shit away, but it was interesting. So how they truly are so-called black Seminoles. Yeah, yeah, that's crazy, man. And she deflected that one pretty good. I'm like, man. She was like the color of the Mexicans, but a lighter color. But she was, dropping all about the Seminoles. But I'm like, nah, man, they got too much money. Come on, man. You in federal? No, no, they're not gonna let you just do whatever. It's something with that don't add up, you know. But and as you talked about the mascot and the Florida State Seminoles and she was like, there was interesting. She explained how they used it. They don't even they gave them permission, but they don't have any affiliation with it. They gave them permission to use the logo and stuff, but they don't have no affiliation from it. I'm sure they get a paid from it, but she said they do respect them. So like they always come to the ceremony. They have a ceremony every year for them. So it's actually pretty interesting, man. Really interesting. But it's like, man, it pisses me off because it's like, damn, man, how come we can't have our own fucking nation? You know? I mean, we can, but how come it's not like, we can't have that shit like they got their own police, courts, schools, the whole infrastructure. Like they got a gate, bitch. The government can't even go in the motherfucker, man. They got their own police. What they need you in there for? What they need you know, state Florida police in there or some shit. Now, of course, there's federal laws. Something happen, federal. They can go, they can go right in there, and But that's a different story. That's just something serious going on, and even then, it'll be called an invasion or a insurrection. They'll call it, or an invasion, and they got to answer for it. But man, like, damn, man, like, why we couldn't be like that? I mean, technically we can, but they not gonna respect us. They gonna, they're gonna lose a fucking Tomahawk missile off an airplane or some shit. Oh, we lost the Tomahawk. Oh, ironically, it blew up the reservation. Oh, oops. They hit the oops button. you know? But it's like, damn, man, we could be living like that. Man, fuck, you know? It's crazy, man. But that's how it should be. But you know, it takes an enlightened, well-rounded being to have that understanding. Because, you know, accomplishing something like that takes true, you know, morals, principles, and all kind of shit, you know. And whatever they did, you know, hey, just like other tribes, other nations and shit, they, you know, they still there. They hold on to their foundation, you know, while they wash our foundations away from us. But these people, they hold on to their foundations, you know. You think about it, man. Somebody, you know how many? Gotta remember, man. 1776, 1492. A lot of these tribes died off. That's what they killed a lot of them off, and a lot of them just died off. You know. Let me know if y'all can hear me still. You know, a lot of these tribes, they died off, man. You know how many tribes were here? It's crazy. You know. And even though I know what I know, I still, you know, because we gotta look at, you know, I used to be just a fucking radical truther thinker with a dumbass ideology of some stupid shit. I'll admit it. You know, thinking like, oh man, yeah, this bitch needs to be destroyed. Destroy this fucking shit, tear it apart, man. Fuck it. It all needs to die. Fuck the corporation and all this other shit. Da da da. I still believe that, you know, the corporation has to die. You know, I believe the corporation has to die and the system does need to collapse. But I believe in the foundational principles of the Constitution, and I support that. And people always say, oh, how could you say that? How could you say that? And you know, no, and this and that. I said, because y'all dumb motherfuckers don't understand what that document is. You have no clue where it came from, where it stemmed from. You know, it came out of an age of understanding. Okay? Even though I know what I know about my ancestors, hey, that paper is there for us right now for our own freedoms and protections and separation at the same time. That's what people don't understand. You know, you just accepting this bullshit. You know, y'all just accept this bullshit. I ain't accept none of this shit. You know, I don't accept this shit. And when I'm talking about this shit, I'm talking about the bullshit, the shit you see on TV, the shit that they're doing. And this is the thing. People don't realize. Y'all forgot about 20. It's been 5 fucking years already, man. 5 years. It seems like it was 2 years ago that, you know, they locked you in the fucking house and threw a diaper on your face and told you to shut the fuck up. Do what we say. Boy, that's what they did to y'all. They ain't do that to me. Y'all know that. Fuck, I was everywhere. That shit didn't slow me down a bit. Okay? It ain't slow me down a bit. I was making fucking videos. I was everywhere. Hey, it was, like I said, the best time of my motherfucking life. And I have 5 souls that ain't ever have to even go through that shit. 5 souls that'll grow up and, you know, that won't even be their teaching of that shit will be some divine ass shit. Like yeah, it was a time where, you know, my dad, and you know, he just didn't believe it. You know, he kept us from it, man. And we had so much fun with this and this, while everybody else did this and that. And a lot of people ain't even fucking here anymore. And then they get passed down to that there. And they're like, yeah, my granddad back in 2020 kept my father and my grandfather, you know, away from what they were doing. You know, because who the fuck knows where that shit's even going? You know? That's the mark I left. I ain't listening to none of that shit. Man, I knew that shit was coming. Fucking on, man. I never came on here to sit here and gobbledygook and just talk about this and talk about that. Come on, man. Y'all, I mean, remember hashtag film your hospital? Shit, we was tearing shit up out here, you know? Showing the empty house, doing all that. Remember Lincoln Kareem, you know? He was sending me video. I was talking to people from Bellevue. I was talking to the nurses from what's the other fucking hospital? It was Bellevue and Saint some shit. Saint something. And I knew somebody in that area and they rock with me to the fullest, boy. But boy, when that shit hit around, just didn't believe. I'm like, look, man, look, you can believe what you want. I'm telling you what's going down. I'm telling you. And she would like message me every day on some, well, no, trying to prove me wrong. I'm like, you there, like you witnessing this shit. Stop being afraid. Because you see it, you're gonna try to debunk it and try to say it's not happening. Go yourself, man. And then when I had that TikTok channel, man, I had over 90,000 fucking followers, and man, I go live, 30,000 people watching that shit, you know. And then they sending me all these videos on these reactions and all this other crazy shit, and I'm sending, man, you know, and I still got those videos, man. And this the shit that people forgot about, man. This is what they forgot about. And meanwhile, there was a thumbnail on my lap that was supposed to be on this live stream was, what is it, Arthur, or whatever the hell it is, Mr. Muppet Donald Orange Trump fast tracking some mRNA shit. You know, I'm starting to, like I told you last stream, I'm starting to think that people are already Neuralinked, man. I think people already fucking Neuralinked. I'm honestly think that, man, because I cannot believe the shit that I'm seeing. And I told y'all before this motherfucker came in that we ain't even gonna be able to fucking believe what our eyes gonna see. Because how they manipulated people, man. I mean, they literally telling you what they're gonna do, how they're gonna do it, and just doing that shit. You know? It's crazy, man. So again, you know, back to this whole, you know, corporation and shit. Yeah, it needs to crash, but we keep them foundations. You know, like I said, even though I know what happened, this document is here, fortunately, for us right now. And that's what they've been hiding for so long from our asses. All right? I just literally just spent 3 days doing paperwork. When I do paper, it's not just I'm writing, I'm researching, I'm studying, I'm doing legal writing, I'm going into history. I'm reading all kind of history writings. And man, it is mind-blowing. And it's right in our face. They don't even hide it at all. You realize it's not hidden. You know? You realize all this stuff is not hidden. It's right in front of us. Just like this Real ID Act, okay? Now, you got to be, this Real ID Act is going to be official. You know, they say on May 5th or whatever the hell, May 1st or May 5th or May 8th or one of those Mays, right? Coming up within a month. You know, and they say, oh, you can't fly. Guys, guess what? Ta-da! You can fly here domestically, okay? Don't believe the hype. You can fly here domestically without a motherfucking Real ID, all right? They scared your ass into getting the real fucking ID, which is biometrics and all kinds of other shit you ain't realized you signed up for, okay? Motherfuckers up here truthing, talking about motherfuckers up on here truthing ain't got a Real ID. Man, get your ass out of here, man. That's what I told y'all. Truth and Ben did. You know, I know most of y'all ain't watching no Truth or shit anyway. Shout out to my brother Fake Black Real News. You know, Talked to him the other day, and in the same fucking kind of conversations. You know, these toofas. I mean, it's just pathetic by now. I told you, mainstream media give you more truth than the toofas. They're actually talking about the goddamn fucking. They were talking about the damn dick rocket on mainstream media, or how that shit looks fucking fake. I mean, come on, man. Y'all being played, man. And then, now you can see, though, also, when you take a step back, you can look. They do news stories to watch y'all dumb motherfuckers. They literally are doing news stories to watch the fucking truther stupidity. Deliberately. Think about that. And that's an angle a motherfucking a truther hasn't thought about yet. If they're trying to sniff you out like a goddamn canine, god damn, that rest stop is fucking full. I ain't never saw it's paper recess. That's why. God damn. But anyways, okay. I was watching a fucking news story, and the shit just while I was watching this news story, my brain, my intuition, fuck my brain. My intuition, my spirit, my consciousness, the creator said right to me while I was watching it, they made this for the truthers. Look at this shit. And I'm like, look at this shit. They made this shit for the fucking truthers. What's good, Sheriff? See what you said when you say they got you, I hear they them now since I ended the truth. Yeah, 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 definitely. And you was one of the real OGs. You was one of the real OGs. There's a couple real OGs. Okay. And but yeah, I was watching the fucking news and I'm like, look at this. They made this fucking shit for the fucking truthers. And that's what people don't understand, man. CIA. That isn't the fucking FBI, okay? CIA. If y'all don't know what the fuck the CIA is, you really need to. That's where you need to go down your fucking rabbit hole. Because then you realize that every single fucking thing you're doing has been controlled by that intelligence. Okay? Which used to be another name, that was another name, that was another name. Okay? And then it has many different forms of names. Okay? Their job is intelligence. Okay? Not like you think it is. Oh, they're gonna spy on the fucking this and that. No, their job is to control your fucking mind, your thoughts, your every aspect of your life. That's their fucking job, man. So you really think that all these fake news and all this program is, oh, the news is CIA and da 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 da. And at the same time, you're fucking decoding the fucking news story, trying to figure it out. Bitch, they're figuring your ass out. That's what they're doing. You think you figuring them out, but they're figuring you out. They're watching your move. They're learning your ass, okay? That's what the fuck people don't understand. Exactly. Exactly. Chinita. Never could pronounce it. But yeah, people don't realize, man, they making these shits for your ass, man. And then they collect data, they data mine, and then this is what they've been doing. You know? And that's what it is. China da. China da. China da. China da. So, yeah. So, it's just, you look at the shit like preschool now. He was wild, like preschool. Let the preschoolers have fun and play in the playground. It's what it is. They got their parents watching them. Don't worry. You know, and that doesn't take away from like sharing real information and stuff like that. But y'all know what when I say truthful, y'all know what kind of truthful I'm talking about. I'm not talking about sharing information, deep research on shit, find, A, B, C, and D, and finding, I mean, not literally A, B, C, and D, but, finding this, finding that, that's different, you know. That's something I've always done, some my brother Wise always done, is that's totally different, you know. And the thing about it is, that ain't truthing. When you could sit there, pull up what you're saying, show what you're saying, articulate what you're saying, then that's what it is. That's the damn truth. Okay. Now we can bring up some stuff. We can talk about it. We can look at it. It's like, you know. But then you get into the whole spin-off, right? So it is what it is, man. But anyways, um, where we're and the point in time right now also, okay, is that if you look at what's going on now, the whole border crap, all right, the illegals crap, Trump in court crap, okay, free speech, censorship, all right, crime. Gotta look at it for what it is. Also, shout out to Auditing Erie County, man. Been doing some. That dude does awesome. That's how auditing should be done. Okay, that is just not. He's not real. I don't even consider him. I don't even know. He like some new category because he really ain't no damn auditor. I mean, actually, he is an auditor. He's like, I don't know. He's not like your average police auditor. I mean, this dude is, man. This dude be like, he did a video I just checked out today. He might have just uploaded today where he went and showed like how they, them recording them in their not their assessing, but reassessment process. And he talked about it. He's got a friend that like does it on the law side, that case law side. I mean, that's real shit right there. That really helps people out. That gives people knowledge, insight of what's going on. And at the same time, you're learning and seeing this stuff. He's holding them accountable, right? He's holding them accountable so they can act right, so that shit can stop what they're doing with that overinflating and shit, home and shit. You know, I mean that's real, like real stuff. That's the type of shit that I stand behind, right? So shout out to Auditing Erie County, putting out just. Then he follows up with his stuff. He stands on business, like he don't back down. You know, that's real. That's real shit. And he knows what he's talking about. He's not just up there being ignorant, just talking stupid shit, just blabbergasting. No, man, he does his due diligence, research, okay, knowledge and insights into it all. You know, that's real truth. So shout out to him. And he ain't just sitting behind a goddamn computer. He got a lot of followers now. He's still out there in the field. A lot of them get all big and then they go on the fucking computer and make money. This man be out there, man, doing his thing, man. And he be following up on the shit. Just like talk shit and I'm gonna do this stuff. He goes back. And he goes back again. Then he shows up at town meetings and all kinds of shit. He gets FOIA requests, he gets video. I mean, this dude gets all kind of shit, man. And that's beautiful because that's how you hold these administrations accountable. The people, which is the power. That is where the power sits, with the people. That's common human understanding. Nothing is more powerful than the fucking human. All right? The human being, whatever term you want to put on it, they already know that. Everything else is established on top of that. So if you know you got that power, you can figure all the rest out. And that's how it's worked. That's how it works. That's how the Constitution is worked. The Constitution don't protect you. You don't go use the Constitution on your fucking neighbor. Don't work like that. That's for the government, man. You don't use the fucking Constitution on your neighbor. That's another stupid ass fucking thing that people say. Like what? And that's honestly the most important thing in the United States right now is that piece of paper. I'm sorry. Ain't kidding. Nobody even begin to even open a goddamn open your windpipe to debate me about that. Ain't the most important thing. That is the most important thing in this landmass right now is that Constitution, because they are getting rid of it. They are attacking it. They are eroding it. They already been doing it, but they about to eliminate that shit because you are telling them, look, we don't need it. Shit. Oh, they flooded all the illegals. What did they do that for? To get you to want them deported, even though they're here legally. Okay, because when they come in, don't matter how they come in. Once they're on paper, guess what, guys? They're in the process. But y'all motherfuckers want to send them back while they're in the process. What is that? That's a violation of due process. That's a violation of rights. That's a violation of what the Constitution says. Because the Constitution clearly states it's for all persons, right? Not just born and naturalized, but for all persons been ruled on in Supreme Court, all right? Which is supreme law of the land, which is where Donnie has to go to, okay? And that's why they bringing him in and doing this. Oh, yeah, you defeated him, Trump. Yeah, why? Because they want to rewrite the motherfucker. That's why. They're using him to make you say, yeah. You know, people like me, Wise, Truth Virus, we ain't just call him a Muppet. We said what he was going to do when he came. First time I was like, oh, shit. He's here to take out us, the truthers, the ones who know, the awake, the people that are awake. That's who he's taking out. And that's exactly who he's targeting. That's exactly who he's taking out. You know? But there's not one thing right now that's more important than that document. Anyone that says otherwise is a complete and utter fool and don't have any clue on what's going on in reality. Zero. Nothing. Okay? Because it's all to take your sovereignty. Once they got that, guys, we are like Russia. We are like China. China, that's a whole other story. All right? And they might just do that. They might just oppress us and free them over there because, hey, look, that system's going to be up and running just a matter of when. And they are, Beijing has to fall, okay? They're gonna back off of communism over there in China, okay? Because they're gonna get that machine running. All right, so them people are gonna prosper. The Chinese are gonna be like Kuwaitis, okay? And the Kuwaitis are gonna end up fucking broke. They say, oh no, they're gonna be oil. No. Who's buying all the fucking oil? When the United States collapsed, when that petrodollar go bye-bye, or what? What are you gonna do then? People don't know what's going on. You go look right now, Beijing, they're protesting this and that, da. Oh yeah, I see. I already know what's coming. Meanwhile, they're cheering Donald Trump 3 more years. I mean, 3-term Trump, yeah. Oh, that violates the Constitution. Yeah, you see where you're going? Once they disregard the Constitution, it's over because you can read China's Constitution and you could read Russia's Constitution and any other fucking corrupt place you want to fucking go look up their fucking Constitution or their Articles of Confederation, all right? Or their fucking well, UK don't have any fucking Constitution, all right? But go look up the motherfucking Constitution. You'd be like, damn, that's amazing. They have a really good Constitution. Wait a minute. Well, their government don't act right. Get why? Because the paper don't matter if the government is too big. Who gonna force the government that is too big, that used to follow it? They ain't following it. Who gonna challenge the government now? They got all positions now. That's what they're doing. That's what they're doing here in the United States, guys. You know, is what it is, man. I don't know, dude. I don't know what the fuck is going on here. But gotta take a time out, my man. I can't see shit on here, man. Sorry, Space Monkey. Come back as a sex symbol or whatever you gotta do. But you get stupid chat. Really ain't nobody even really fucking chatting. God damn. All I see is that shit coming. I can't read it. I know you're swinging from left field on Hoofy or whatever the hell. You smoke light bulbs or some shit. I have no clue. But I only hide the timeout. Therefore, it removes all the fucking comments so I can see. But yeah. I'm still waiting on Yusuf for that debate on his own shit, on his own shit he be pushing, but he's still ducking and dodges. He hasn't blocked me yet, which is pretty interesting. I don't know why, but and then man, there's so much shit going on, guys. And there's so much stuff going on. I'm talking a lot. It's just too much, man. But they are rapidly eating at the acceptance of bending the golden rule that's been keeping this place together, man. They are slowly. Mhm. Okay. But they are slowly damn. Yeah, but they are slowly. They might have realized it was 2:39. Shout out to everybody who's chilling. I'll probably go another 20 minutes or so. Yeah, I know. A debate, you don't get nowhere with a debate, but I just want to, I wouldn't really make a debate. Debate would just be asking and answering questions, so people can understand and know what is actually going on. You know, I mean, it's been hidden and misinterpreted the entire time, and a lot of people do know it, but there's not enough of us that you know can see because the simple fact that you got people believing that this orange guy is the damn government. He's not the government. And when people realize that, you know, it's like I told you, that's why they have to do the power transfer. And that's why they had to, fake an insurrection, so people are scared because they don't want the people to find out they are the power. So they kept saying, and they souped you up like, we're going to make sure it's a peaceful. It was all about the peaceful transfer of power. Got to understand what they're talking about, man. They need to transfer that same power that's been being transferred for a long time over without a hitch because that is their goal. So they had to make it and they etched it in your brain, peaceful. That's fucking brainwashing 101. We have to have a peaceful transfer of power. And it worked like a goddamn magic trick when it shouldn't have been a peaceful transfer of power. It should have been people, not violent, not with guns, but the people saying, we're done with y'all. We don't need a fucking representative fucking government. We need a real government. We're done with you motherfuckers. Get out of our faces. Simple. These people ain't the government. When you understand the Constitution, you look and say, this ain't the fucking government. What is this shit? And then you look at how the framework, right? How it's set up, how it's ran, why they got to answer to A, B, D, C, and D, why this person in that position, this position. You're like, God damn, wait a minute. You know? What's good, Simple Jack? Look, I just had to, I don't even know if you fucking even pay attention to what's going on. Let me read the comment. Space Monkey. They are also 15s. He gives the company too salable. See what I'm saying? I don't know what the fuck you be smoking light bulbs, my man. God damn. The fuck cuts what this boy be smoking, man. And he be coming from Deep Space Nine. But it's all good, It's all good. But again, the way they took over and did what they're doing and is doing what they're doing is because the Constitution itself gave them the ability to do that. It's unfortunate. I mean, it even states that they are a representative of government. They're a representative government, aka a representative democracy. Under the executive branch of government. All right? That's why it forms executive agencies, right? And administrations, right? Everything is an administration. That ain't judicial. That isn't legislative, right? It's deep, man. It's deep stuff, but it's not that deep. And then that's that's why they did the sovereign citizen shit. People started figuring this shit out. Oh, sovereign citizen now is a derogatory fucking term. It's people who have got these crazy ideas, these dangerous fucking people, right? Like I said, the courts try to call me a fucking sovereign citizen till they got the fucking affidavit. Now they would never ever say that, Got to put these people in check, man. They want to call you a sovereign citizen, send them an affidavit. It's simple. But what? Okay, here's an affidavit. Call me one now. It stops real quick. Not because, they're going to get, no, because you're going to send them the actual definition that tells you what you're calling them, actually, you're calling them exactly fucking right. But explaining to them that you're using it in a negative, derogatory term, right? That was created as a stigma to keep people away from understanding that that shit is actually the real fucking definition, okay? They don't want you to know you're one of the people, all right? Because the people created the Constitution that they gotta abide by. And when you hold them to it, they got no power. Only the power that you give them, all right? By formulating deals and contracts and fucking, relationships with these motherfuckers. Because without it, sorry, bucko, you know? And that's the thing, when you understand this, you know that no, it's not above the law. That stupid shit. Like, there's a stupid fucking ideology where you're like, oh, you can't do this. You don't. I'm set. Your laws don't apply to me. Yeah, the fuck they do. Like, I don't know. I don't. That's another thing I don't understand. Where the ones that state that shit get that shit from is beyond me. Because when you study this shit, you know that no, you're subject to some laws. Okay. And that is just the law of right and the law of wrong. That's what you're subject to. So when you do something, you got to be accountable for that. You got to be accountable, 100%. You know. So people don't understand that, man. Which I don't get people. Oh, you can't do this, you can't do that. I'm this, and you don't have this, and I'm not in your jurisdiction. Motherfuckers don't understand subject matter jurisdiction. You got personal jurisdiction. You got what's the other jurisdiction? You got venue jurisdiction. What the fuck jurisdiction is you talking about? You ain't a part of. Okay? You're not above anything. You're not below anything. Okay? You're to it. So if you do wrong, you got to pay for it. It's that simple. Which, I mean, that should be common understanding. Oh, shit, I hurt this person. I did that. Yeah, he got me. But it shouldn't be where these motherfuckers make up bullshit. That's the shit that I don't like. And say, this is the law. And it ain't the fucking law because all you got to do is put your moral, principle, and ethical hat on and say, okay, this shit harm anybody? No, the fuck it didn't. Okay, so actually that's harming the fucking person that's in the situation. How so? Well, because somebody's extorting the fuck out of them. Exactly. No one's hurt. No one's damaged. Nothing's harmed. Nobody's offended. But you gotta get charged. Come on, man. That's not law. You know? That's what people don't understand. And Arden Erie County said this thing too, right? It made a whole bunch of sense. I can't take credit for it. He said, because he did a video where he was at this protest for the correctional officers and shit. On how, they passed this law where somebody can fucking punch them in the face and they go to the hole for like max 15 days. And when they get out, then they can't go back for 90 days or 60, one of the two. Don't quote me on it. Meaning if they punch the motherfucker in the face again, they can't go in the hole again. Which is he said it was a stupid ass law. Dumb law. And then the other dumb law is what? Bail reform. Right? Motherfucker bail, don't go to jail. Punch a cop clean in the face. Only get a parent's ticket. Now, to break it down, well, why is there the jail shit? right? Because the fucking COs is fucking up inmates and doing all kind of wicked shit and torturing inmates and all this other shit. So they passed the law like that. And then the bail reform, you got all this cops doing all kind of fuck shit. So they're making, all right, well, we'll make it so you can't arrest him. See how that shit works? He explained it better. Go watch this video. It's down at 3 o'clock in the morning. So, but yeah, the most important principle in this, what's left of this system that we got, is that damn Constitution and the state's Constitution. Because that's the only thing that keeps well, that's the only thing right now that is in place to keep some kind of barrier, you know? Because they want you to disregard it. They want you to disregard that. You know? I can't even see the comments. Loopholes, yeah. So, there's some other stuff I'm going to talk about, but it's late. I mean, it's early. It's late and it's early at the same time. It's late in California. It's early on the East Coast. But yeah, I'm about to get ready to wind it on down and, get some shut-eye. But yeah, thanks for the 12 people that came. Chill. I really appreciate it. I really appreciate it. But yeah, shout out to all you guys, and probably do another stream tomorrow whenever I feel like streaming. But yeah, I'll talk to y'all later. Much love.
So, when you hear me speak and the things I say, I'm speaking to my people.
If you ask me, I'll tell you what is wrong with the world. We're being desensitized from the things we should feel. Living our lives in these times while we suffer inside, and we can't see the problems because the masses are blind. Let's try and find a solution. We're not helping ourselves. We're walking around unattached and disconnected from self. Too comfortable and too scared. That's why we never rebel. That's why we catch me writing rhymes and trying to balance the scales. Put car on the roads. It seems like dawn of the dead. Zombies, robots, lemons being misled. It's like we're sheep to the slaughterhouse on the conveyor belt, about to self-destruct because we're under a spell. We search for purpose, but nothing ever surfaces. We need to be accountable because we're deserving this. Alarm bells are ringing, but it's like you refuse to wake up. Subconsciously you're hitting on the snooze. It's just another day in this world while we're living under this spell. When you travel through realms, just make sure you prevail. Elevate for yourself. You need to stop sleepwalking. We're blinded by the rubbish and glamorized materials. Imperialism has got us fearing rules. I'm tired of these rappers rapping about their cars and jewels. If you take a step back, they will define buffoons. The saddest thing is that they're in the minds of all the children. They keep our money motivated and that's how they kill them. But do we care? No. Young money's here. That's why I aim this 2 inches above your earlobe, so we can all start pulling in the same direction. Cause it seems to me like we've lost that connection. Man, you've sold your soul, so you show no affection. Get to know yourself and love your reflection. It's like your brain's a phone and you got no reception. Arm your mind with knowledge, use it as a weapon. Alarm bells are ringing, but it's like you refuse to wake up. Subconsciously you're hitting on the snooze.
You're sleepwalking.
It's just another day in this world while we're living under the spell.
You're sleepwalking.
When you travel through realms, just make sure you prevail. Elevate for yourself. You need to
Stop sleepwalking.
There has to be some accountability. You have to have some self-account. You have to say for yourself, what am I going to do that's right for me, man? When am I going to take ownership for what I do to me and my people?